Iron Man 2 is all about armor. There's not only Iron Man in his armor, he's got multiple types of armor in this, but there's also other characters in armor. And one of them is one directly out of the comic books, and we've been hoping for. We got a hint about him in the first movie, but in this movie we get to see War Machine. The fans were most likely sitting and thinking, what's War Machine gonna look like? We know what he looks like in the comic book, but what's he gonna look like in the movie? In the film, he had the Gatling gun on his back as well as the guns on his arms, and he also had the guns hidden in his shoulders. And it's really great that they went all out and they made it look like Iron Man, but distinguished it far enough to make it another character altogether. The Iron Man suit itself in the films has always had this great look to it, and it really feels like a hot rod. Tony Stark, since he has this affinity for cars, built this armor kind of in the style of a hot rod. Then when they built War Machine, it was pretty much off of Jim Rhodes' persona, and he's in the military, he's been in the Air Force forever, and he's a colonel in the Air Force. And when you look at War Machine with James Rhodes, it's like an actual tank or, you know, an armored vehicle, even down to all the little stickers that you see and little decals that really give you that military feel to it. It was pretty cool to work with Legacy to come up with the first piece, which was the Iron Man Mark VI. And this is the piece that Tony Stark wears at the end of the film when they're fighting all the drones and they're getting ready to fight Whiplash. And we all thought, what would be cooler than to include another statue that's the War Machine in the same environment, just as they were at the end of the movie, fighting side by side against the forces of evil. And when you put the two together as a display, the base is how they match each other. And with this piece, just like the Mark VI, we put the lights inside the repulsor rays on his palms, as well as his chest unit lights up, and then of course his eyes as well. Both of the figures, how they have some weathering on their legs, like they've been in a battle, and there's shell casings all over the bases, and they're kind of back to back as a team. It really does make for a great display.